Anyway, it was a nice attempt second time, because first time even I could not see these things, and there were big stories, and there was a very big someone has submitted a big document with regard to what he wants to do, what he's doing in the organization and all that. But as compared with the first submission, this submission is pretty well drafted, but there are some improvements further to be made. And I hope you understood your the shortcomings or enhancements with regard to this submission. And I would like to request you to just go through once, for your sake itself, not for the sake of submitting the assignment, so that you should be more clearer with regard to what you mean for a change to be implemented in the given organization. So let me pull out one more presentation. Uh, Let me see Anil's submission. Anil Chauhan. Anil is there? Yeah, great. So Anil is working for Editsoft Digital Private Limited, and uh, Anil, you are there? Okay, great. So Anil is working in this company, and he has analyzed in his office, which is not good. He doesn't like his office at all. So no one care about the company culture. For example, senior guy of my office, he don't have manner about the talk to junior level person. He behave like a oaf. I don't know what does oaf mean. I'd want to change my company culture. Okay, I have an idea about to remove this problem. There should be a proper rule for this problem. For example, they should make a common group for complaint. So any complaint about anyone. Uh, okay, suppose some senior guy is not Anil, there are serious problems with your English. So please focus on English improvement. Otherwise, it is going to be a very serious problem in your future. So I would like to correct you. So when you write, I have an idea. So it should be I have an idea. So with every vowel, we don't write a, we write an. I have an idea to remove this problem. So rather than writing remove, you should have written eradicate. So there should be a proper rule. They should I don't feel it makes any sense. There should be a proper rule for this problem. For example, they should make a common group for complaint. So for complaint tracking, there should be a common group. You should have written like this. So any complaint, anyone complaint about anyone. So I understand what you're trying to say, but you need to rephrase it properly. Suppose some senior guy is not behave, so is should never is cannot come in this line. Suppose some senior guy doesn't behave properly, then junior can complain about him, not them. Them is for plurals, and put their complaint private. Uh, you cannot write put in this context. You can write lodge or file like this. So don't enclosed in front of anyone. So this line has no relation to previous line or to the next line also. All employee will be give good feedback, and we can get 360-degree feedback. So you can probably write there should be a 360-degree feedback mechanism for the senior management. This is the best line you can write here. So because 360-degree feedback is a type of mechanism in which the junior employees can feedback the senior employees anonymously. Anonymously means unnamed, without giving their credentials or identity. So they can feedback. So this is called reverse feedback mechanism also in some of the organizations. So probably Edisoft Digital does not have this mechanism. So since they don't have this mechanism, so senior management can behave as per their wish and will, and they can they can rule over junior employees and probably make them their uh, probably they can make them work as per their desires. So probably this culture is not there in Edisoft. Means there is no mechanism to contain this culture, and any organization grows if there is a reverse feedback system. So if you implement this system with proper seriousness, so this organization can also become a good organization, and probably they can be successful in containing the retrenchment also. Anyway, so idea is understood, but your English needs to be taken care at a serious level. Otherwise, it will be a problem for you. Anyway, key stakeholders. So key stakeholders in this context is Ankit Sharma. He is the CEO and he is the final decision maker. So that is correct. Ayush Sharma, he is the co-founder. He is leading the team or a group, and he is also a co-decision maker in this change management proposal. And about you, you are also a stakeholder. That is awesome. Structure the whole process in technology. Structure the whole process in technology. What do you mean by this? Make group, compile data, and structure data. So how does this thing fit in this table? Number one. Number two, with regard to change you are proposing, how does it link to that change? Can you please elaborate? If you can speak up, that will be awesome. Anil, over to you. Can you please speak up?
Sorry, can you repeat again question?
My question is, you are a stakeholder, that is very good. Now you see that you have written structure the whole process in technology. So what is your role? The question here is, listen carefully, what is your role with regard to change you are proposing in the previous slide? For example, CEO of the company is the final decision maker. So with regard to that change, he has to decide whether change should be incorporated or not. Now what you are going to do with regard to that change?
I wanna create a group like Google Sheets and Google which type of Hangout. You can complain there and make privacy. These types of like a WhatsApp group. You can complain there. These types of.
Okay, so I got your point. So probably you are going to be an implementer uh, or influencer for that change which you are proposing in the previous slide, right? And the next is SEO executive. So motivate the team and group. Yeah, this is the role. So she will be a motivator. That is awesome. So who is this fellow Sidhu, and what is his profile in the organization? Sidhu?
SEO executive, sir. Same.
Sorry?
Sorry for forgetting.
So,
SEO executive.
okay, okay. So teach or train. So you should have written train, not trained. To employees. S should come here to access the technology. Teach or train to employees to access the technology. And what are your objectives? Stakeholder, Ankit, Ayushi, okay, all those guys. What do you want from them? Take right decision according to feedback, okay. Ayush, he's co-founder. Lead the group or team properly and give some business and professional. Uh, they should fight for their own right. They're working for company, not to someone. Anil, who is Anil? Who is Anil, man? So this is a new entry into the. You are yourself Anil. So you have not written the name here. Okay. So make a proper group through the good tools and keep the privacy. And Sidhu is what do you want from him? Train to employee how to use group and chat, and tell to them it is totally provide. It is totally, again there is a problem in your writing. No one can find out the complainer name. however group maker also. Okay, so I understood what you're trying to say, but you need to rephrase this sentence. So this submission is pretty awesome as compared to your first submission, and thanks for that. Good. So good effort, Anil. So how about other guys? Apart from 5-6 people, no one even has submitted the first assignment. So I don't know, like why you are not submitting the assignments, because if you are not doing assignment submission, you will not understand the subject itself. So that will be a problem. So let me pull out one last first assignment submission. Let's pull out Jyoti. Jyoti is there? Jyoti, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm just opening your submission. Give me a moment, please. So Jyoti is working for a company called Jubilant Generics. Okay. So background of the situation is use of technical method of recruitment instead of traditional method that includes online aptitude and interviews of the candidates via Skype, Hangout in order to avoid wastage of money and time. So Jyoti, do you feel that Skype and Google Hangouts and the stuff like that, they are the traditional methods? Are these methods the traditional methods?
Sir, actually, I want to say that my company traditional method recruitment in recruitment traditional method is going on. So I want to change this traditional method of recruitment. Like I want to do like I want to bring technical method in recruitment.
Okay.
Like through first these things I write here because I want to do who are like I am sourcing this candidate and shortlisting. After that, who are I will send to departmental, and when departmental will find that candidate, so we will send to mail that candidate, and in mail we will send to one link. If that candidate will click that link, then aptitude test automatically will open. So when that candidate will pass aptitude test, so we will do further round like Skype or Hangout video calling. So through panel, if panel will pass in that interview, so we will also do further round like one also one departmental will take interview through
Mm-hmm.
Skype. Three
Okay.
round we will clear. So a candidate have not come to in that come to organization in their company, because when that candidate will come for interview in organization, so company will pay reimbursement claim like traveling cost, ticket booking, all things.
Mhm.
After that, if candidate will not pass that interview, so company lost that money. So for that, I want to change.
So that is great. So, but what you have written here is actually the reverse of what you have stated. So you have written here that traditional method includes online test, interviews, and Skype. So these are not the traditional methods. These are the new methods probably you are trying to provide or propose, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have written the reverse. Okay, so who are the stakeholders? Can you explain how HR is an influencer in this case? Jyoti, how HR is an, yeah,
I write in next slide. Can you go through?
okay. Oh, to pass my proposal to DGM, okay. Awesome. So DGM is a decision maker. Okay, great. Because by influencing, we'll put our proposal in front of department. That is great. Good. And who is the next fellow? Departmental. What do you mean by departmental?
Sir, our company will do that is QA. For QA, if we will take a candidate for interview, that we search like CV for QA department, and when we shortlisting that CV according to criteria, then we will send to departmental who will in QA senior person who take interview for a QA employee
No, that is
candidate.
fine. But my question is departmental, is it a group or is it a, entity or what it is?
Sir, departmental is I write here because it's potential blocker because sometimes here in I want to do a technical method in recruitment, but that potential blocker is always it creates habitual for the traditional method. We don't want to do Skype and this time we think come face to face that candidate will come in organization and we will do face to face interview.
Correct, correct. So
This
I
will
understand what
make
you are
that
saying, but my question is departmental is a group or a person or an individual or an entity. So because typically in
sorry
organization there is nothing, no term called departmental.
sorry sir, can you again explain?
So what I'm asking is departmental a group, an entity or a division who is a potential blocker? Because typically in organizations there is no term called departmental.
Sir, means that departmental is a potential blocker. It's the main thing
No,
because
no, no. So you are not getting my
it may
question. What I'm asking is what is departmental actually?
departmental is a like that the pharmacovigilance department, QA department, DRA department. That is HR is a supportive team, but departmental is a different thing.
So if HR is a department, you should have written HR, right? So you should actually hear the name of the entity. So it is not the name actually. This is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Okay, and next is CEO accepting and implementing our proposal. Okay, so CEO is a decision maker, correct. Okay, so it's pretty good summation. So this slide probably could have been trimmed to some extent. It's a big story, but since you have explained it, I got it. And otherwise, by and large, this is a good summation. And thanks for the effort, Jyoti.
Thank you.
So let me see one more if there is any good summation. So how about other guys like there are very less submissions. I see that there is a person called Kiran, Vineet who have never attended the session and they have not made any submission also. So Amritesh, your submission is also missing, man. So let me pull out one last submission from Saeed. Saeed is there. Saeed is not there. So let's not take that. Pinky is there. Pinky is also not there. All right. So guys, do you have any doubts or any points to discuss? We can quickly discuss, or otherwise, I will move to the next topic, the concluding remarks. Any questions, any doubts do you have? Please ask. I give you 2 minutes to think, or within 2 minutes you can either speak up or you can write in the chat window.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Good morning, sir. Actually, sir, I don't have internet, so I'm taking class with Anil.
Okay. So who is who is speaking? What's your name?
Aditya. Aditya.
Okay. Yes, Aditya, please tell me what do you want to discuss?
Sir, this is my first class.
Oh, wow.
I have
And we are on the concluding session.
Yes, sir. I don't have an internet connection at home, so I'm taking class with Anil.
Okay. So do you want to discuss something?
No, sir. Right now, I don't want to discuss anything right now.
Okay. So any other thing anyone wants to discuss? So how about the second submission, guys? Were you able to understand the second submission, or do you want me to again discuss that? Um, okay, Amritesh, that is okay. So second submission, shall I discuss, or you guys know how to what to do? I got no replies so far. Okay, okay, Anil. So I will go through the second assignment as well. Give me a second. Let me open that. Mm, where is the second submission? Core problem 2. So with regard to second assignment, so what you have to do is, so whatever the change you had proposed. Okay, Sufi, after this discussion, I will open your submission. Give me a second, please. So whatever the change you have proposed in the first submission, so the second assignment is in continuation to that. So what you have to do is you have to do the analysis of the change with regard to the stakeholders. So the number one is upside of the proposed change for them. Second is upside means what benefit do they foresee for the change. Downside means what drawbacks do they foresee, and what is the likely importance to those stakeholders for that change which you have proposed. For example, someone had proposed that automation of the recruitment process. So when you say that you want to automate the recruitment process, so what is the importance of this automation to the stakeholders, and what upside do they see for this proposed change? Upside means benefit. And what downside of this proposed change do they see? And you should also mention what is the layer of resistance. You guys, you should remember that we have discussed various layers of resistance, right? Whenever we are implementing a change, and whatever the change you have proposed, what is the layer of resistance which is coming in at the highest level of intensity? And the last point, to overcome that layer of resistance, how would you create buy-in? You guys understand the layers of resistance and buy-in? Any questions onto that? Okay, so this is what was expected. And similarly, because there are various people you have defined in your first submission as stakeholders, so I have given those people as a group. For example, HR group, recruitment group, or the senior management group, like that. So you have to do the analysis for each and every stakeholders. So here the flexibility was you could have added as much slides as the number of stakeholders you have mentioned in the first submission. And for all those stakeholders, you have to mention the upside, downside, importance to them, layer of resistance, and how would you create buy-in. Yeah, Gaurav, what is the question? I didn't get for what you have said no. Gaurav, can you please, yeah, please can you explain what are you asking? So what you are saying is, can you please speak up, Gaurav? Uh, you're not audible probably. Okay, so what is the problem in buy-in? So what do you mean by a problem in buy-in? So what you're trying to know? So you can type in, but in the meantime we'll go through. So for this, as a as a baseline, I had provided 3 slides with regard to stakeholders. So some of them have had 4 stakeholders in their submission. So you have to accordingly add extra number of slides. Rather, I have added 5 slides for the stakeholders. So it was a pretty simple assignment. Uh, boss, if you have gone through my previous recordings, Anil, so you can very well understand what do you mean by creating a buy-in. So if you have gone through the Kotter's model, so Kotter's model is based on the fact of how to create a buy-in. So I will just explain you briefly. So buy-in means, trying to attend to the layers of resistance which are posed. So let us say, for example, the recruitment process automation, someone has submitted as a change proposal. So let us say your CEO does not agree to implementation of the automation of recruitment infrastructure. Now you have to convince him. Now in order to convince him, you have to create a buy-in. Means how will you make him feel convinced so that you move ahead with regard to your proposed change. Make sense? Okay, great. So, second submission was in continuation to the first submission itself, and it was pretty simple if your first submission was up to the mark. But somehow many of the guys have not even done the first submission, so for them, second submission is pretty tough. So you have to do both the assignments simultaneously, then and only then you can understand and appreciate the subject itself. Whatever we have studied in the first 4 sessions, both the assignments were based on what we had studied. If you have missed either of the sessions or you are not clear with any of the topics, then you cannot do these assignments properly. Okay, so let me go through the second assignment submission. Uh, Second assignment submission. Guys, I have not received any second assignment submission. I'm just checking that. So who had submitted the second assignment? I don't see any of the submission made by you guys for the second assignment. So I'm not sure whosoever has submitted the assignment has reached me.
Sir, can you go to modules, please? Can you go to modules, please?
Okay.
Please click on change management. So you'll have to change batch. This is.
Okay.
You'll
So,
have to change batch.
so shall I click on this link? No.
Yeah, you'll have to click. Yeah. Change batch on top next to your profile, below your name on top. There's a option which says change batch. No, or where your profile is this logged in user, just below Sunstone Business. Yes, please. So here you, yeah, Sunstone Campus.
Oh, okay.
Now please go to modules. Scroll down, please. Now you click on assignment 2.
3 submissions.
There are 3 assignments. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
So Sufia has made, Pinky has made, and Sayed has made. Okay. Let's go through these assignment submissions quickly. So Sayed is here. Sayed is not here. So,
yeah. So, yeah, Sana is not attending today.
okay. So I will skip that. Pinky is also not there.
Yeah, Pinky is not there today.
Yeah. So I'm going through the assignment of Sufia, and so Sufia, you have probably made the similar mistake. So you have put the names of the stakeholders. So despite the names, like Pranay, who is this fellow? What does he do? I don't know what is the stuff, but okay. Okay, let's go through. Zulekha, he is the HR department head, and his top KPI and concern is well-being of all employees and healthy atmosphere. Okay. Pranay Mehram, so that is the area manager who is managing the outstation employees and always in need of new employees. Okay. Mr. Vinay, interview cluster manager, business development team, that is BDM and marketing. Neeraj, data tracking, all data should be maintained properly. Okay. So I think that was the old submission. Okay, proposed change. Okay, Pranay team to analysis. So this is with regard to second assignment submission. I think it starts from here. Yeah, from here. Okay, I think you have told in brief about your first assignment submission. So there should be one person fixed for interview taking. There should be at max 2 level of interviews, that is HR level, and to check the ethics and cultural fit, and team level where candidate will work and fit. Okay. So upside of the proposed change with regard to Zulekha and HR team. So upside is if there will be one interviewer, then there will be easy to track candidate status by one person, less time and energy effort and better utilization of the time. Upside of the proposed change. Downside is if particular one interviewer got ill or on leave, then team has to wait long for an interview. So this is with regard to HR team. So when I say downside, So downside means that how HR team or Zulekha in your context takes to the proposed change. Means what are the negative things or what are the drawbacks they do see, or what are the risks they do see for this change. So but I think what you have mentioned is if particular one interview got ill, so I don't understand how it is a downside to the HR. In general, yes, it is a downside. Sufia, can you please explain this? I think you're not audible, so probably you can type in the chat window. Okay. What was your change idea? There should be one person fixed for interview taking interview 2 max. Okay, got it. So what you are trying to say is if you have two persons for taking the interview, then if one person is not well, then probably a candidate has to wait for a long time for his interview to be completed. But my question is it really the downside which is seen by the HR department? Because you have to answer this second point as the downside which is seen by the HR department for your proposed change. So when you say that there will be two people who will be taking the interview, and when you say that there is some downside to this proposed change by the HR, then what is that downside being seen? So this is actually you are saying that this is what you have written is not in context to the HR. So probably what downside you can write is, so HR will have to hire one extra guy and pay him just for the sake of creating a backup to the first guy. So this is a downside to HR. Makes sense, right? Okay, likely importance to them. So this is in your context of your organization. You have written it high. So this makes sense. Expected layer of resistance. So other department can be expected resistance since they cannot wait for one person interview and there will be a heavy workload on the existing employee. No, you have to answer here in reference to we had discussed 6 layers of resistance. Which layer of resistance does this discussion fits in? That you have to answer. I think you missed the context here. And how would you create buy-in? We should have one team of at least 2 people for interview, and then I can show them by this how work will go smoothly and easily. We'll get new employee because of fast process and no need to wait and follow up for feedbacks. No, here the idea was how will you influence the HR department to create buy-in for the layer of resistance which you have mentioned in the previous point. So I think you have missed both the things here in the last two explanations for HR team. So just go through our third session of, rather the first session also, where we have just touched upon the 6 layers of resistance, and we had followed that through in the next discussion where we have, viewed a case study for Kotter's model. So once you go through this, then probably you can answer these 2 points much more clearly and efficiently. Make sense, Sufia? So guys, if you really want to understand change management, you have to be clearer about the layers of resistance and how will you create buy-in. If you are not clear how to create buy-in and what are the various layers of resistance, then probably your takeaway is very less with regard to this course. So these 2 points are very important. Okay, coming next, Pranay team. That is, what was the role of Pranay? He is a area manager and he is managing the outstation employees and always in need of new employee. Okay. So for him, upside of the proposed change, this team will get candidates soon as there is a high churn rate in this team and stability will also increase. The responsibility of Pranay is to provide, residential facilities to the guy who are outstation. So I don't understand how this is a upside for him. Downside of the proposed change, same I mentioned, if particular person will be on leave or become no, you should explain this in context to the, providing accommodation to the outstation candidates, because this guy is handling that. Then, but you are saying that there are 2 guys for taking the interview, but here there are no 2 guys. There is only one guy who is Pranay and his team. Now, how you can say that same I mentioned if particular person will be on leave or ill or whatever. So this is out of context for this explanation, and I don't agree with this. So likely importance, okay, might be high, churn rate is high. Expected layer of resistance, existing employee, because high workload will come up. No, you have to mention here which layer of resistance and how you are handling it. Again, you have created the same mistake. Do you understand this, Sophia? So you have to read, again go through the first and second discussions. Just see the video again and you will come to know where you are lagging. Similarly, third fellow, I think again you are using the similar problem, creating the same problem in the last 2 things. Last 2 points, layer of resistance and how will you create buy-in. So I will advise you that please go through the discussions we had in the previous weeks and then redo this assignment, at least for your own understanding, not for the sake of submission. Okay. So guys, none of you have submitted the second assignment. So please submit. Okay. So I just want, yeah.
So I'm saying, sir, can you extend it? Actually, assignment 2 date is closed for some submission date. So can you extend it?
I don't know how other guys are taking it because none of the guys have submitted. So if all of you are serious about submissions, then that is okay. If you are just want to submit the assignment just for the sake of submitting it and you understand nothing out of it, then it doesn't make any sense whether you want to submit it today or tomorrow or whenever. What other guys say, please let me know.
Okay, sir.
And guys, we had started some discussion threads soon after the completion of one class. So with regard to the replies or comments which you have posted, they are very less or not at all. So I don't know why you are not participative in the course and why you are not serious about reading the comments, at least whatever the discussion threads are posted. So that doesn't make any sense if I write something and I am getting no replies. So you should be participative enough in the discussions, otherwise it will be a problem. Okay, so let me open.
Yeah, sir, may I say something here?
Yeah, please.
I think here all of you besides Jyoti, all of you need to tell sir exactly you intend to do your second assignment seriously. Then I agree with him, he would definitely allow you all to extend the date of submission. But in case you don't want to do a serious job, you just want to do something and just put it there, then unnecessarily extending the date and increasing the effort that sir has to put in is not making sense to anybody. So whatever it is, you need to all say. Right now I see quite a few of you attending the session. So those who are attending, either you write in the chat window or you unmute yourself and mention it, and then let sir take a call what he wants to do. And we will all go by that.
Ma'am, please explain that because before sometimes that actually little bit I did in second assignment, but something I'm not understanding. So today I understand whole, and that next that is going on last week. That's why I didn't post, and after that I see that.
No, it's all right, Jyoti. You can.
So I'm waiting
Jyoti,
in that class.
Wait, Jyoti, you have already mentioned your issue and sir has already agreed with what you said. It's about the others I'm talking about.
Okay.
So actually guys, I wanted to discuss IOMAP today, but I don't think I will discuss. It will overwhelm you with a lot of new stuff. So that is the reason I started with the assignment review here in the session itself, rather than bringing the last topic, IOMAPs. So but I feel that you should complete the assignments first, and that will make more sense, because the idea is more you should understand, more you should appreciate, rather than simply saying unidirectional flow of information and it is making no sense to you. Then it's better not to touch the complicated stuff of the course and restrict to the areas of the course which you understand better. So guys, I will expect first the second assignment to be done, and please submit that assignment within a day or two, maybe by Monday evening mostly. And once that is done, I will review those assignments, and then I will comment on whatever you have submitted. And I will give you some link with regard to IOMAP, because it's a very small topic, and you will probably be able to go through it. And for understanding of what you have gone through it, we'll start a discussion thread, and where I will require your complete participation. All the class should participate with regard to commenting on that discussion thread, rather than having that discussion now itself at a stage where none of the guys have submitted all the assignments. I don't think it will make any sense to discuss that topic right now. Guys, do you agree with me? So please type yes or no in the chat window. I will understand from there itself. Okay. Gaurav says yes. Anil says yes. Yes. All right then. So we'll take this strategy further. So please complete the assignments first. Step number 1, and then complete the assignments first, and then I will give you a link with regard to IOMAPs. Please go through the link. Then I will start a discussion thread. Please comment on the discussion thread itself, and based on your comments, so it will make me understand how much you have understood the last the smaller one concluding topic of this course. Okay then, so please complete the assignments, and then from there we'll take it forward. So I think I will conclude this session at this point. So Dr. Monica, do you agree with this strategy which I have proposed? Because rather than simply,
yes.
yeah. So
yes, sir, I totally agree. Just simply going on without anybody understanding what's happening is meaningless. And it is obvious from the submissions as you've shown today that there is a lot of scope of improvement in terms of understanding what exactly is being done. So let the students submit, and here Ashish has also asked what time you want to give. First of all, maybe some of the students can tell us how much time do they need. So let's give a realistic figure. Instead of, suppose we say Monday evening or Monday night is the last date, and then you say, no ma'am, we were busy, this, that. You don't want any excuses. So give one. All right. So Gaurav says Monday evening. Okay, fine, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So that means we freeze on Monday evening. By Monday evening, everybody is going to submit their assignments, and we are going to keep it sacrosanct. And we'll move forward only in those cases who complete their assignments. The rest of the students, we assume that they are not interested, and we move on with the rest few who are interested in completing them.
Yes. Okay. Makes sense.
So this is the line of working I see that makes sense for all of us.
All right then. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate the effort that you're putting in with each one of them.
That's okay. So it happens sometimes, but it should not be repeated every time. All right. Bye bye.